I guess like how do you think your channel or live streams would transition? Because eventually, if you did AJAT, then it would make sense to do these study live streams, right?
I don't know. I don't feel like a YouTuber or like a influencer. Like I don't like calling myself influencer. Yeah, like my friends will make fun of me. It's like, oh, influencer. No. I guess it's just kind of like this whole YouTube thing has really been more of like a hobby for me during the pandemic and stuff. So, I'm not taking it too seriously. And my priorities in life, probably not number one. YouTube is probably not number one. I'm all about learning. So if I can learn Japanese and use that experience to help other people learn Japanese, that'd be awesome, yeah. So I'm sure I can fit it in somehow. But I wouldn't say that like I'm not a slave to anything, I don't like being a slave to my phone, to social media, to my work. I like being free and doing what I want. So yeah.
Have you ever felt sort of felt like you had to do these 12-hour streams?
No.
Always.
No. Yeah. Though I think like I don't think I ever explained this well enough in my videos, but man, you do not have to study 12 hours a day to be cracked or anything. Like cracked at school, cracked at anything you want to learn. I think the reason I wanted to do it was to prove to myself that I could do it. And it was like a challenge, right? Like sometimes it'd be like, all right, what do I even study now? Because like I'd finished Japanese and schoolwork and like other crap, like my lab research work, my computer science work, So the live streams, I never want to feel like I'm a slave to that too, right? So like I'm willing to like follow what I love, and if I really love Japanese, I'd totally move to Japan if the opportunity ever came up. So yeah, I'd be willing to leave a lot just to learn what I love, Japanese.
Would you say that is more than like your passion for, say, like computer science?
Japanese was my first love, like I said at the start. That was like what really got me into studying. Yeah, so like for me it was kind of like I was gonna become either an engineer or a mechanic, or that's it. I just wanted to be one of those two things and study Japanese. Yeah. So like I wouldn't say like, sometimes like a lot of people it's like, okay, I'm learning math now, so I'm just happy that I'm doing math in any sort of math related field. But for me it's just more like I really love computers, so like I want to like know how they work and stuff, and I really love Japanese and I really want to understand it and comprehend it. And it's not like, oh, this is mathy, so I like math and I'll do this. It's kind of more like more specific love, I guess.
So do you think your like 12-hour streams helped you like dramatically in like the like productivity and output on your school side?
How my streams helped me was they gave me a new level of self-confidence. Like at the start of it, I was kind of like, no one's ever done this before. Like the whole study with me genre at the start of the pandemic was a lot different. Like it took me like 6 months, bro, to hit like 1,000 subs, studying 12 hours a day. It's kind of like you gotta have a certain level of discipline to see this like garbage results for that long, even though you're putting in so much work. And yeah, that was like a learning experience, learning about myself. And definitely like the times you learn most in life is when it's the hardest. you know, when you're not comfortable. So putting myself in that situation, you know, I was like studying for a long time, and then afterwards I was like training for a marathon, which I recently ran, by the way. So that was cool. But yeah, it helped my productivity, I guess, but it also mainly helped like my other like more internal characteristics, you know, stuff like drive and like understanding what really pushes you forward, stuff like that, which normally, like, I guess study YouTubers don't really talk about. Yeah, it was like a different level for me, like opening a new gate, not just like about studying, but like about life in general, you know. It's like just being so focused on very few things. Yeah, I've learned now that I really love like a simple life, where it's just like doing simple things that you enjoy, and I found a lot of meaning out of that, you know. So yeah, you don't have to study for 12 hours a day to be good at school, but you can. And because I could, I guess I wanted to.